Today I'm going to show you guys 10 things that I wish I knew about 1.4.5 before it came out. So let's go. So we knew that they were going to be adding these new sticky power bombs, but I didn't realize how useful these things would be until I actually played the game. So these sticky power bombs are pretty much made from 5 sticky bombs. You can make a normal version of it without the sticky bombs, and you have to have palladium bars. So get palladium from destroying demon altars in your world in hard mode and make these sticky bombs. Now, what these sticky bombs allow you to do is they allow you pretty much to skip all of the heavy metal ores in the game, bar the basic minimum required. So for example, if you get your palladium using your molten pickaxe and you make these bombs straight away, you don't need a palladium pickaxe to get the mithril ore. And the only reason why you're going to need mithril ore in the first place is to make the mithril anvil, which allows you to do everything else with the adamantite or titanium. So here is some palladium here, and I'm going to put down my sticky bomb, and it's going to destroy pretty much the whole thing immediately. And now I can collect it. Obviously, be careful of the lava. Obviously, when I talk about like palladium or mithril, you might have the alternative version in your world, but it works for everything. So this is titanium, as you can see here. I am able to mine it now, and I can just put this down and destroy it. And now I can make the titanium forge, so I can move on to the next part of the game. One thing you might have noticed when you were watching me make those bombs is you can now have a crafting UI, and I'm not going to spend too much time here. I'm just going to say that I absolutely love this crafting UI. Weapons, armor, vanity, you can just change it pretty much, and you can use the search function as well. So it is absolutely amazing. But what sets the new crafting UI apart is the fact that you can craft from chests nearby. So all of these chests, including my piggy bank, as long as they're in the same area, can all be used to craft at the crafting stations. Next thing I want to show you real quick is pylons have been made super easy to use. You no longer have to worry about having like 3 or 4 NPCs in an area, and they no longer have to be super happy. They just made it a lot easier. Pylons have always been a great idea, but they were just too tedious. Now you don't need to worry about that. 2 NPCs near a pylon is good enough, and don't forget the town slime counts towards that. So you can make a 1-person house with an NPC and a town slime, and you can just stick down the pylon. Another item that they added to the game is the Lucky Ram Rune, which you can get in gold chests in the dungeon after defeating Skeletron. It does become useless after a while, but I want to show you something cool. So I'm going to take off my wings, which means I now will take fall damage. So if I was to fall like this normally, I will take fall damage, as you can see. And if I was to fall even further, I would take a lot more damage than that. But that's where the Ram Rune comes in. It's another way to prevent fall damage. If you are falling and you hold down the down button and press space, it makes you go super fast in a downward direction. You're doing a slam attack, but it also negates fall damage, which means if you don't have the lucky horseshoe, or if you don't have wings yet, you can have a new way to prevent the fall damage in Terraria. Now, it only works when you actually activate it. It doesn't work just passively, so you have to make sure you activate it as well. Building arenas, my favorite new item is the rollerblades, because if you tap the left or right direction once, you will literally be moving in the exact same speed as the block placement. So you can literally just not hold any directional key and still put down platforms. If you don't get attacked by harpies or anything in hell when you're making a hell bridge or whatever, this is so easy to do. You just have to relax and enjoy the rollerblades bringing you across. It is a bit annoying when you get attacked, but it is still faster than it used to be. So just tap it in the direction you want to go. Don't run, or you'll be very quick like this. You want to just tap it, as I say, and then hold the or press the other button to slow down. To get the rollerblades, you just buy them from the traveling merchant when the traveling merchant has visited, or you get it from the skeleton merchant underground. Speaking of mounts, the new Chillet mount is pretty cool. So get the Chillet mount at some point and use that. It's very good on a horizontal level, and it can also do a charge attack as well. But the way to get the Chillet mount is you need to find the dragon egg and the dragon egg can be found pretty much anywhere in the underground or cavern area of the game. And I found mine in the jungle. So I pretty much just used a spelunker potion and went into the jungle looking for a giant egg, found it, hit it, and then opened it up to get chillet. Another thing that I love about this update is the jungle juice. The jungle juice restores 180 life, which just adds a little bit more health to the greater healing potions, which means when you're fighting things like the pillars and stuff, you have that little bit of extra health coming in. And if you combine it obviously with the charm of myths, you're going to be doing a lot more healing than you normally would. And you pretty much just get that from getting life fruits from the jungle and mixing them with greater healing potions at the potions table. And now you have a little bit of extra health. This was one of my top 2 favorite additions to the game. This one and the bombs, of course. And then in third place, the roller skates. So honestly, make sure you get those and use them in the later game for that extra little bit of health. Another thing I love about this update is the housing query has been updated. It shows you what you have correctly done. So you have a source of light, you have a chair, you have a table, and it shows you when pretty much the background of the walls is fine. So these are all fine, but I need more here. So I'm going to pretty much put some more back walls on this, and it's going to tell me if I have it correct. And so I put more down, but I still have some red X's here, which means I need to put in more of my wall here in the background. And then if I check again, it should tell me that everything is fine, but now it's missing a door. So obviously it says down here it's missing a door, but it doesn't say anywhere here. Don't forget, if you're using a platform, that counts as a door. So if you're in hell or something and there's a bunch of lava, slimes, and bats nearby, apart from the bats that are underneath you, that should be able to get you access to a door. Now you probably need 2 here, so it's the housing is suitable. Perfect. So it has a door. So you actually don't even need to have 2 platforms next to each other to create a door anymore. You literally have that. You can't fit through there. Bats probably can, but it's going to be very hard for them to get in here. And now an NPC can live in here. I do not want them to live in here, however, because it is very dangerous. And how the hell am I going to get in here without a bed? So we're actually going to remove this and turn it back into not a house. And another great addition to this is the flare-on. I love the new addition to the flare-on. It makes the Do and Duke Fish Run is now very important to your playthroughs, especially on Master Mode. And the Godly Flare-On that I have here does 186 melee damage. If I right-click it, it goes back to the way it used to be. Let me show you the difference between the two. It does 93 melee damage here, but it moves out further. So we're going to take on these enemies with this. This is the old-fashioned version. As you know, you've obviously seen this before. And the bubbles go out and target your enemies just like before. But if I was to right-click on that, it turns into the Godly Flare-On, and it's in the second form, and it's now more of a swinging-based item. It's great for people who like to use swinging-based playthroughs or try to do swinging-based playthroughs towards the end of the game, and it's devastating. So you do so much damage to enemies. You just push it out like that, kind of like a golem fist. It makes Duke Fish Run important towards the end of your playthroughs now, whereas he was kind of more of an afterthought, I found. So the last thing I want to show you is that there is now a shimmer pylon. And how you get it is, of course, you throw the normal pylon, the cavern pylon, into the shimmer. What else would they have you do to get this item? Of course, you have to throw something in the shimmer for it. So we're going to take that pylon, we're going to throw it into the shimmer. It's going to come up to us. And we already have one, so we don't technically need this one, but we have the Aether pylon now. And now we have an extra pylon for our world, and it doesn't take up the cavern pylon, because as you might know already, you only get 1 cavern pylon per playthrough. So I have a mushroom pylon there. If I had one even further down, it would be my cavern pylon, and then I wouldn't be able to teleport over here. I'd have to make like a beach pylon up top or something, but no. I have the Aether pylon now, and I can teleport here whenever I want. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.